5,000 years ago, Earth didn't just have a war, it had a total system reset. Think about it. The Kurukshetra War wasn't just some old-school fight you read about in boring textbooks. It was the ultimate pro-league tournament. We're talking about legends with God mode enabled, weapons that make nuclear bombs look like water balloons, and more drama than a leaked group chat. Forget the school version. Today we're doing an aura check. Who actually had that main character energy? Who was playing on a high IQ level while everyone else was just spamming buttons and hoping for the best? From the guy who was so overpowered the developers literally banned him from the match, to the mastermind who won the whole game without even picking up a sword. This is the top 10 high aura goats of the Mahabharata. Stick around till number 1, because that reveal is a literal reality check. Subscribe now to boost your own aura, or stay a noob forever. Starting at number 10, we have the guy who was basically reading the script while everyone else was just spinning their heads. Vidura. Vidura wasn't a king, but he had a secret buff. He was the incarnation of Yama, the Lord of Dharma. While the Kauravas were busy planning hacks, Vidura had already calculated the ending 10 steps ahead. He's the one who sent a coded spoiler to save the Pandavas from a burning palace, giving them the win before they got deleted. He tried to warn the king, but giving advice to an ego that's maxed out, you're basically just hitting your head against a wall. He eventually just logged out before the war started because he knew the server was about to crash. Having the IQ to walk away from a losing game? That's admin-level aura. At number 9, the ultimate prodigy glitch, Abhimanyu. Imagine a 16-year-old kid entering a server full of level 100 pros and dominating. While everyone else was stuck at the entrance, Abhimanyu cracked the ultimate defensive firewall, the Chakra Vyuha. He learned the entry code in the womb, a pre-installed skill tree. But there was one catch. He had no exit code. He didn't care. He broke into the center and started 1v7ing the entire elite team. He was so OP, the enemy had to team gank him and break every rule in the manual just to stop him. Even weaponless, he grabbed a chariot wheel and kept swinging. That is absolute. Main character energy the server just couldn't handle. At number 8, we have the ultimate raid boss who forced the enemy to use their one-shot ultimate way too early, Gatotkacha. When the sun went down, this guy's stats didn't just double, they went infinite. We're talking about a half-demon giant who could change his size like a corrupted file. He wasn't just fighting soldiers, he was stepping on them. He turned the battlefield into a horror game. He was raining down fire, illusionary weapons, and literal mountains from the sky. The Kauravas were so desperate that Karna had to waste the Indra Shakti, the most powerful single-target weapon in the game, just to shut him down. Imagine being so terrifying that the enemy has to use their final boss weapon on a mid-game player just to survive the night. That is God-tier raid boss aura. At number 7, the man too stubborn to die, Bhishma Pitama. Imagine being so OP that the enemy has to visit your tent at night just to ask, "Sir, how do we actually kill you?" He had a gift called Icha Mrityu, meaning he decided his own expiration date. Death? Only if he said so. For 10 days, he was a one-man roadblock. Millions of arrows are flying at him, and he's just standing there like, "Is that it? My grandkids hit harder than this." The Pandavas couldn't outmuscle him, so they used a glitch called Shikandi. Bhishma was too old school to fight back, so he finally lowered his bow. Even after being turned into a human pincushion, he didn't drop. He used the arrows as a bed, chilled for weeks, and gave life advice to everyone while waiting for the perfect weather to finally log out. That is absolute, eternal, seniority, aura. At number 6, the man the universe had personal beef with, Suryaputra Karna. Imagine spawning with natural bulletproof armor fused to your skin. You are literally unkillable. But when the King of Gods came begging for it, Karna ripped it off his own chest while smiling. He basically looked at the gods and said, "You need this to win? Take it. I'll fight you without it." The man was playing against a rigged system. His wheel got stuck in the mud, he forgot his nukes at the worst time. Gravity and destiny were teaming up against him. Even with zero defense and a broken chariot, he made the entire army sweat. He didn't lose because he was weak, he lost because he was too generous for war. That is absolute. Tragic hero aura. At number 5, we have the guy who had the Devatas on speed dial, Arjuna. Imagine having so much focus that when asked to aim at a bird, you mentally delete the rest of the universe. He didn't see the tree, he didn't see the branch. He said, "I only see the eye." Oh, that is literal human aimbot. He had the Gandiva bow, basically an infinite ammo machine gun, and he had the creator of the universe driving his Ratha. Who is actually beating that duo? He fought gods to win weapons, cleared entire forests alone, and single-handedly defended a kingdom while in disguise. He didn't just play the game, he completed it with a perfect score. That is absolute, focused protagonist aura. At number 4, the man who drew the blueprint for war, Dronacharya. Imagine every legend on the field, on both sides, once being a student in your classroom. He didn't just fight, he owned the syllabus. He was the mastermind behind the Chakravyuha, a tactical maze that meant checkmate the second you entered. Drona was a scholar who chose violence. His arrows weren't weapons, they were a final, brutal exam his students couldn't pass. He was so untouchable that the Pandavas had to use a psychological mind game to stop him. You don't outskill the master, you have to break his heart. The final boss of the teachers. That is absolute. Master Architect Aura. At number 3, the man too angry to stay dead, Ashwathama. Imagine being a walking nuke. Born with a divine gem in his forehead, he was immune to hunger, fatigue, and weapons. He didn't just fight for a kingdom, he fought for revenge. When the war ended, Ashwathama was just getting started. He unleashed the Brahmashira, a weapon so destructive it could delete the future itself. It took the combined power of the sages just to save the world. He was cursed to wander the earth for 3,000 years with a wound that never heals. While everyone else is a memory, Ashwathama is still out there, hiding in the shadows. That is absolute, eternal apocalypse aura. At number 2, the man who could have ended the entire war in 1 minute, Barbarika. Imagine a warrior so broken that he only needed 3 arrows to delete an entire army. He didn't need a Sena, he was the Sena. His first arrow marked the enemies. His second marked the allies. His third, a heat-seeking missile that eliminated every marked target at once. No misses, no survivors. Barbarika vowed to always fight for the losing side. Krishna realized this meant he'd keep switching sides until everyone was dead. To save the world, Krishna had to ask for his head before the war even began. Even as a severed head placed on a hilltop, he watched the entire battle, at the chaos. That is absolute, game-breaking one-shot aura. At number 1, the supreme architect of the entire war, Lord Krishna. Imagine a battlefield filled with the most terrifying warriors in history, and Krishna walks onto it barefoot, unarmed, and smiling. Why? Because you don't need a sword when you're the one who decides if the sword even hits. He was the ultimate system admin. When the sun needed to set early to trap an enemy, he just covered it with his finger. When a weapon was too powerful to block, he just changed the laws of physics so it missed. He showed his Vishwarupam, revealing that every soldier, every star, and every galaxy was just a tiny cell inside his body. He wasn't just on the side of the Pandavas, he was the board they were playing on. He didn't win the war, he concluded it. That is absolute, infinite God-tier aura. And that's the list. These are the legends who defined aura before the word even existed. But I know the comments are about to blow up. Did the son of the sun, Karna, deserve a higher spot? Or is Arjuna still your undisputed GOAT? Drop your top 3 below and let's debate. We're on a mission to bring Indian culture to your feed with a side of humor and hype. If you're down for that, join the squad. Smash that like button and subscribe for more Aura of Astra. I'll see you in the next one.